rushed to the throw a little bit. Wasn't under duress. Clean pocket. Really the first pass concept we've seen tonight from Georgia State that had a bunch of people get vertical in the passing game.
10th play of the drive. Bayer 7 for 10 tonight for 58 yards. Second in the full 10. And the ball. And a heck of a play. Cornelius Tatum, who was a spot guy a year ago, he did start a half dozen games, Tom, because of some injuries. Tell you what, he's making some plays here tonight.
See him right there, and he is going to come up, and boy, does he do a good job going low, tripping up the ankles. Because if he doesn't make that tackle, now they bounced and turned the corner.
So now third down and 15, loss of 5. 6'3" Hurst goes to the far side. 3 receivers here to the left. Bayer in the gun. Georgia Tech brings forward. Quick throw, catch is made. That's Hurst. Trying to move back middle of the field. Does. He's tackled shy of the first down. Inside the 27. There's Ebert again. And Romello Height. First time we've called Height's name tonight. Young man from Dublin, Georgia, who transferred in from Southern California, originally in Auburn.
You see that? Oregon Post game, they run the slant to the single receiver side. An easy pitch and catch. And Reed, the offense on the field here, Wes, on fourth and about a little less than 2.
Yeah, just inside 2 to go, I believe. 14-yard throw and catch for Hurst. Savion Wilkerson in the backfield with Bayer. Tight end to the right, 3 receivers here in the formation from the near side. Bayer the snap, looks left, gonna hang it up in the air. Wilkerson there, makes the catch. I beg your pardon, it is Talik Williams holding it in inside the 5 at the 3.
Sensational throw here by Christian Bayer. Man defense, cover 0, nobody in the middle of the field. Bayer knows he doesn't have any safety interference and just drops it in the bucket. Talik Williams has been the go-to guy here in the first half for this offense, not just in the passing game, but out the backfield as well.
Freddie Brock comes in the game. Here's another first and goal for these Panthers. 5.5 to play. Ball at the 3. Bayer to throw. Shoots it to the left side and broken up. Rodney Shelley got a hand in the throwing lane on another pass for Tyler Williams.
I think if Bayer could have that one back, he would have tried to back shoulder Williams with the coverage being what it was with the Georgia Tech defenders back to the quarterback. See what they come up with here next. A couple of successes with Bayer as a runner, which you don't typically see him as a runner, but you force the defense to have to defend that. He can create some problems.
7 minutes on the drive. They're going to hand the ball inside. This is Brock, and he'll be stopped outside the 1. Jordan Van Dam made the tackle. South African, who played 28 games in 3 years at Penn State, but is now here in Atlanta. Terrific frame on Van Dam, by the way. 6'3", 305. Playing the point. Williams comes here to the near side. Kick wide with him. Cradle to the right. They're going to hand the ball. Savion Williams inside. He got knocked back. My goodness.
A little bit surprised by that because this hasn't been their run of choice in the open field because, quite honestly, they probably feel like they can't own the line of scrimmage. And then when you run out of real estate and you've just got 1 or 2 to go, all Georgia Tech's doing is crowd the line of scrimmage.
So Liam Rickman will try and put the Panthers on the board here with just inside 4 minutes to go first half. 21-yard try, snap spot, and the kick from Rickman is good. So with 3:49 to play in this first half, Georgia State's on the board.
Hi, Courtney, and welcome to the Buy One, Get One Solar Generator event. Claim the Patriot Power Generator 2000X, and you'll
The ACC Huddle's got a complete wrap-up of not only our game, but all the action from the Division Week 1. We'll have you covered with interviews, highlights, analysis, and more coming up tonight. Huddle After Dark, Luke's live from Bobby Dodge. Here on ACC Network and streaming on the ESPN.
I'll keep the lights on for a little while. And if they don't, you got the most beautiful skyline.
Wow.
College football.
That's the truth, right?
Yep.
Georgia State on the board with a field goal from Liam Rickman. 7-3 Georgia Tech. Keep an eye on Jamal Hayes here. See if he returns when the Jackets get the ball. Through the back of the end zone, there'll be no return here. And let's check in with Hayes.
I've been on the Georgia Tech sidelines here for the second quarter, and the body language from the players very positive. A little bit of frustration from the coaching staff on that last defensive stop by Georgia Tech before Georgia State scored that field goal. The defenders got a little excited, and Brent Key had to gesture to them. You guys got to calm down. We haven't won anything yet.
Never mindful focus of Brent Key, 46-year-old native of Alabama.
Yawns could now see this a lot better from there.
Head coach with a 12-10 record. Folks really excited about where this second full season might go. Jamal Hayes in the ball game at the running back spot. He'll get this carry here. Look at this. Hayes sticks for 5. Let's call it 6 to the 31. The fact, Tom, where Key played, went to school. Coach here as an assistant at GA, and then worked for George O'Leary and worked for Nick Saban. He's lucky he's alive.
Oh, that's good snap from
Second down. And goes for another first down here.
Oh, man.
Wilson makes the tackle of Jamal Hayes that time.
Listen, I think this entire week was a test for his football team. How mature are you to block out last week and focus on each next play, each next hour, each next meeting, each next practice? Because if you walk around campus and you start
Don't mind me, I'm
and
just-
everybody's patting you on the back, you can fall victim to it. And
They're on
you
this
need to
ball.
see his football team really pick up their play.
Here goes Hayes straight into the sky. And he slipped through a crack in the wall out to the 40. That's how good Jamal Hayes can be. Lewis picks him up.
Oh,
and he puts the tackle on the
yes.
stop.
You're right. That is how good
Right.
Jamal Hayes
Right.
is, because Haynes King actually should have pulled his football and threw it out to the flat to the H-back right there. He might still be running.
First and 10.
That's my win.
Chad Alexander's coming to spell Jamal Hayes. It's
Thanks
Chase
to this
Lane in
electric
motion.
pump.
We're going to hand to Alexander. He'll turn the corner to the left side now. Chad Alexander would like a word with some folks here because the young man from Archer High School in Lawrenceville, Georgia, is a walk-on who replaced Trey Cooley last Saturday in Dublin after Cooley got injured on the very first
Thanks to my
kickoff
air
Georgia
pump.
Tech had.
Because
And Chad
it solves
Alexander
all
went to
type
work
of
like he'd been here the whole time.
Oh, did he ever? An impressive young man. And he's going to do it again. And we got a bunch of
They
Hankies
got
coming on the
loads
field
of
now.
charge.
Yep, flags thrown. That'll get us to the 2-minute timeout. It's going to be a hold, I believe, on Georgia Tech. I believe.
it actually is holding calls.
Kyle Olsen sorting it out here. Flasher at midfield. It was a second down play.
holding offense, number 85.
There you go. Jackson Barnes,
Given.
the tight end.
Still second down.
That'll get us to the
2-minute
2-minute
timeout.
timeout. 1:53 to go. 7-3 Jackets here in Atlanta on ACC Network.
ACC is back.
The only thing I don't like about payday is waiting for it. Chime, they should get up to $500.
All right, Taylor. Thanks. D-Mac pronouncing the U back.
Oh, one game.
41-17, by the way. Dr. Tom McNeil has Midtown and Bobby Dodd tonight looking on. First ever meeting with the Jackets and Panthers. Here's Haynes King. Kept it that time, please. Flag down again. Here's King, 35-30. 20, another flag. 10-5, touchdown. And how many flags are they going to throw? This SEC crew emptied out their pockets, 4 of them.
Wow, all 4 flags.
Just do it for the cause. 60-yard run for Haynes King, and what would be a touchdown if it stands?
Be the third penalty of the night against Georgia Tech. Remember a week ago against Florida State, no penalties on offense, no turnovers, which is extremely rare. Already 3 tonight. So this goes to that focus you talked about and the discipline that you got to have week in and week out.
This is a long discussion for 4 flags. Referee Olsen.
There is no foul for a holding at the offensive line. However, there's a hold during the run. Holding offense number 1. 10-yard penalty for the spot of the foul. The result of the play is still a first down.
Oh my God.
Hold, and it's at the 42.
Took away that touchdown off the board.
Leo Blackburn, the 6'5", 220-pound target. I
Well,
don't know if
by
I
the way,
see somebody just doing their job
what football,
and
so
blocking the guy and getting
You're
turned
gonna
around.
go
I don't
either
know if
way.
I see a hold right there.
Nonetheless, it stands at the 42 of Georgia State. Isaiah Guy was the one shoved to the turf. Now they're going to hand it to Jamal Haynes. Here's a sweep coming near side. He'll push it more to the edge. Spin off the mat. 25-20, a little high step. 10, 5, knocked out of bounds.
Wow.
The back might have been sore, but apparently the ice is magic.
Super magic
What a
indeed.
run by Haynes.
Isaiah Holland, number 13, the safety for Georgia State, ends up being the one to push him out of bounds. Haynes right here just, whoop. Oh, wait a minute. There's an open door.
A little bit. A little Coach Brown, as he calls it. So they measure it out at the 7 with 1:33 to play. Georgia State's got an injured player. We're going to step aside here in Atlanta. 93 seconds to go before halftime. Jackets lead by 4, looking for more.
The last of my kind. If you're a Brett Pride fans, the first win in falls.
You have to have it.
No, that's that.
Goal. You have to be doing
I
it.
got you. We are not going to stop chasing the dream.
Now, you get ready for school.
Look up, not giving up in the dictionary. A picture of my wife.
Oh, forgot the pause. Oops. Yeah, it was an injury
7-3
for
Georgia Tech. Haynes kicking the
Georgia
Jackets
State.
First and goal at the Panthers 7.
Panthers.
Jamal Haynes,
Not
the ball
Pitt,
gains
not
the
Pittsburgh
running back. Jackets
Panthers,
turns
meant
up
Georgia
the
State
run
Panthers. Georgia
And
Tech
there
is
goes Jamal Haynes into the stack.
knocking on the doorstep.
To the 5, and the clock will keep moving. Rick Key's got all 3 timeouts. Now, Tom, every once in a while, coaches will talk about the double dip. Key wants to huddle here. International symbol for huddle, by the way.
That's right.
He knows he wants a score here because he gets the ball start second half.
Absolutely. So he can take his time, make sure they get the right call. And that's the one thing Georgia Tech's been remarkably efficient at, is they get the play quickly so that they can add all of the window dressing of the motions and the shifts, and they're never in a rush.
Pistol set here for King. That's Singleton. And Jamal will get the carry. Boy,
stuffed up
I think that was-
right in the middle.
Gets Kenyatta Watson.
Yeah, the former Georgia Tech player playing down the secondary tonight for Georgia State.
Yeah, former high-profile guy in the ESPN 300, originally signed and went to the University of Texas before transferring to Tech, and now moved from corner back into safety for the Panthers.
And 3 blocks.
And 3 blocks, that's
Yeah.
right.
There was a time in the mid-90s, Georgia State, until the Olympic movement in Atlanta, did not have dorms. And the Olympic Village in 1996 on the other side of North Avenue was the first ever dorms built for Georgia State. The property has since been taken by Georgia Tech now.
Georgia Tech.
In the University
First
System
one to have.
of Georgia. Now timeout
30
taken
seconds.
with third goal to come in just a moment. 15 seconds to go. Don't forget we got volleyball action for you Tuesday night. Let's go live to Dallas. Get the cameras to Highland Park, kids. SMU and number 2, Nebraska.
Oh,
Eastern
Nebraska.
on ACC Network. Streaming live on the ACC Network. And they play at Moody Coliseum, which is also the home of SMU basketball. We'll get our fill of these new facilities, of these 3 new institutions that are members of the ACC.
I'll tell you one thing.
By the way, Rhett Lashley,
Yeah.
Taylor and gang will tell you at halftime, they're taking Houston Christian out tonight.
Yeah, I think they were a little embarrassed coming off of that performance last week versus Nevada. How about Nebraska? They're a volleyball school now.
35-7 late first half in Highland Park tonight at Gerald Ford Stadium.
By the way, what do you think all those smart kids are trying to spell on their chest with their body paint? Wasn't very legible.
Well, they used to, that started during the Joe Hamilton era,
Yeah.
shortly after you were here,
Yeah.
and changes every game, so I never read it. Might be white. And now Del McGee wants to burn a timeout. He's got 2 left.
Yeah. He's seeing all
Now
these.
has 1 left, and he's like, wait a second, we got a lot of movement. Guys,
Second and a half.
that's not good for 3rd and goal.
He's seeing Jackson Hawes 85 and 9, Avery Boyd 2 tight ends shifting. Then they're going to motion the back out.
10th play of the drive coming up.
All right, look at this.
Okay,
What is this?
Let's see what we got.
OSE exclamation point. And it's,
I don't know.
you got to be better than that.
Dana went to Virginia. She can help us.
Yeah, Dana, get over there and ask them what they were intending to spell, and ask them why they aren't at the library.
Any idea, Dana? What do you think? Want to offer up here?
Oh, it's offense. It's offense. It's clearly offense.
Trying to see the. Well, looks like we've had some.
It's offense. Okay, I know that. It's offense. It's totally offense.
Tom
The O is missing from the word.
Luganville would like to have a
And I
foul.
think that's a.
Yes. Uh-oh, here we go.
Oh boy, out of the timeout. Little formation hijinks. Here's Haynes King to the right, gonna slip it inside. And coming back is Rutherford. He's knocked down at a break key timeout with 9 seconds left on 4th and goal. Justin Abraham gonna stay with the music, if you will.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Kevin Shearer, the defensive coordinator,
Their second of the half.
who was here a year ago at Georgia Tech, he has these Panthers on defense playing fast and furious.
Sure does.
Because they call a timeout. It looks like it's going to be some form of a swinging gate. Watch the blue jerseys. They're telling them to get up to the top of the screen, but watch them run to the football here.
Boy, did a great job.
Wow.
Covering the flank, didn't they?
Yes, they did, because initially they were outmanned, and I think if he makes a run to the pylon, he narrowly gets in and at least dive in.
You're coaching that play again. You want Rutherford to keep running toward the
Absolutely. They could have foot race.
Yeah.
You had the perimeter block. That's one thing Georgia Tech's wide receivers, going back to last week, did a really good job of is blocking on the perimeter. But you are not going to outrun these jerseys. Look at if he just keeps going. He's got an opportunity to win to the pylon. Little surprised by the cutback there, but again, credit Georgia State for being ready and running to the football despite being out of position.
Chad Alexander's coming to game. 4th and goal for Haynes King.
I think you're right, Wes. He wants a touchdown here, knowing he's getting the ball.
Yep.
Not
Base lane, Malik Rutherford, Alexander to the left. Singleton in motion. Snap to him. Haynes King's going to keep it. He'll follow the blockers, and he will drive it to the end zone. And it's a touchdown for
Yep, Georgia Tech gets it in for a touchdown.
Haynes King goes into the end zone for the rushing touchdown.
love this play call. What do they do when they need it? They go to their go-to runner, dangerous runner. We talked about this offense. It's counter, it's outside zone. That time it was H, guard counter with the H-back and the offset guard. The ball carrier, Haynes King, doing a really good job pushing the pile on his own for the touchdown. Huge fourth down conversion, getting the ball coming out of the locker room in the third quarter.
11 plays, 75 yards, 340. Here's the time of the drive, and with this this SEC crew looking on, it's a note they're confirming the score at Birmingham at the command center. The touchdown was called on the field. And now everything good. Here's Aiden Burr, the hero from Dublin, who is from Keendale, Texas, to try and add the point. And he does. 14-3 to score. Georgia Tech, Tom, in their prior 3 drives, had 8 yards of rushing. Okay, and in this 4th drive that produced the touchdown, they had 91 yards.
Want to know the difference? Third down conversions. Sustaining drives, advancing the football, having more opportunities to do what they want to do, and that's run the football.
By the way, there have been 7 snaps inside the 5-yard line by Georgia State tonight. 3 points. Or no points. They ended up with a field goal. Correct. And Haynes King, last Saturday's numbers, and here's tonight.
See, the thing about Haynes King, and don't look for the numbers to be flashy. Focus on efficiency and decision making. Because, Wes, you and I were here during training camp, first week of training camp.
Yeah.
We walked away, and I said to you, if Haynes King is in single-digit turnovers this year, Georgia Tech's going to be really, really good. And guess what he hasn't done yet? Turn the ball over.
Here's the kick, and there'll be no return here by Ford. Don't forget, we cap off our week 1 on ACC Network Labor Day night. Command Center presentation of BC and Florida State. Watch the game with 4 different camera angles and real-time player and team stats. It's also available for you on the ESPN app. Now, I'm guessing that follows the special Labor Day edition of You and Packer.
It does.
On ACC
But
PM.
a reduced ACC PM, 2.5 hours because of that matchup.
There you go.
Diet Kyler Murray on the road in Tallahassee against Florida State. In case you don't know who that is, Tommy Castellanos.
Yeah. There you go. 1 touch, and that'll end the first half. Dale McGee and Georgia State turned the volume up early. They got shut down at the goal line by Brent Key's defense. And then there was one more threat by the Panthers, but the Jackets held them to a field goal. Dana Boyle with the head coach.
Coach, you told us this week that this game had the potential for some adversity. How would you evaluate your team's focus in the first half?
They were able to bow up on the goal line a couple of times. Defense was. We got to get some things cleaned up here at halftime. Made a couple of adjustments to what they were doing. But really, the open field, we got to stop the run. We got to contain the quarterback on some of those things defensively. All right, and we just got to finish at the quarterback. We got to finish on the ball carrier. We had like 3 tackles missed for probably 30, 40 yards, extra yardage.
Haynes King pushing the offense forward. How do you describe his impact in the first half?
Yeah, I mean, you know, look at that to see, you know, he was able to move the ball down the field. We only had 4 possessions, so we got to be able to make only with that few possessions. We got to make them count when we get them.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks.
Well, and Brent Key noting possessions, Tom, that was a factor in the win against Florida State in Ireland.
Well, there's no question. 7 possessions a week ago.
14-3 at the half. Downstairs we go. ACC huddle at halftime.
It's halftime now.
Eric McLean, Eddie Royal, and thank goodness here's Taylor Tannenbaum.
I love watching my
3.
All right, we're back from Georgia Tech.
Here on a Saturday night, we welcome you back upstairs. Here at Tom Luganville West. Dana Boyle in a moment, by the way. It's a historic site for football in Midtown Atlanta. Time for tonight's Food for Thought, and it's brought to you by Food Lion. And it's really what Georgia Tech just did going to the locker room in the second half. They escalated the run game.
Absolutely. It was the best series, an offensive series of the first half for Georgia Tech. And again, they're not complicated. Everything's going to have a shift. It's going to have a motion. And they're going to run inside zone, outside zone, and counter. Here's the outside zone right here to Chad Alexander. And they're just starting to get some push and lean on that Georgia State defensive front. There's the jet sweep for you. Jamal Haynes, a former wide receiver, now full-time running back, breaking a couple of tackles with the high step. And then what do? They go with Haynes King in the quarterback run, quarterback counter to cap it off on 4th and 1 to get that touchdown with them receiving the football to open the third quarter.
So the Jackets will get the ball here as we go to quarter 3 in Atlanta. They kick it away. There'll be no return. It actually went out over the pylon before it reached the end zone. Christian Leary didn't even have a crack at it. So let's go downstairs, Dana Boyle.
I spoke with head coach Del McGee at halftime, and his message was simple to the group. It was maximize possessions on offense and make stops on defense. He said, keep it simple to the group, and I'm so impressed with his demeanor. Cool as a cucumber, never gets too high, never gets too low. I've been spending some time on the sidelines with him. As a first-year head coach for Georgia State, he's pretty impressive, his demeanor.
Tom, the other thing is, and Dana, we're going to tell this story in the second half, he's going to do this the right way.
Yep.
And he's doing the little things in the right way that oftentimes when guys get jobs in the circumstances he did, they don't do it the right way.
No, they take shortcuts.
Yep.
He has not done that. You mentioned his demeanor. He actually played corner. He was our starting corner for us on our 2001 XFL championship game and championship football team. And he was just like that as a player too. Calm, cool, quiet, just focused on the next play.
Pistol set off the 35 following the out of bounds kick. And Jamal Haynes picks up about 3. And Tom, here's some first half numbers for you.
Yeah, relatively even across the board, except for the average yards per pass attempt, which is really a reflection of explosive plays. And Georgia State's done more through the air than Georgia Tech has. You see the average yards per rush, equal on rush attempts, third downs, just very, very average, which was something that they were really good at a week ago.
And what do we got here? Procedure? Yep, sure do. So some of the things that
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense, number 54. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Jordan Williams, the right tackle, making his 42nd start. Brent Key's going to have a word with the side judge in front of the Yellow Jackets fans. See, some of the smoother operative pieces that didn't get the Jackets a penalty last Saturday in Dublin have caught them here tonight at home.
Yep, not quite as disciplined. Again, no penalties a week ago on offense. Didn't turn the ball over.
Here's King. A little delay, and now soft roll. He's going to shoot it across and a sliding catch, and that's Rutherford again.
This is what we call the flood concept. You're going to flood all 3 layers of the field. Vertical, intermediate, and short.
Here's the throw, and this is Chase Lane in front of the Tech bench, and he'll cut it loose. And he got shoved out by Abraham inside the 25. Or they may have measured him back at the 35. Nonetheless, second catch and run tonight for Lane out of Houston.
Oh, and I love the up-tempo. You get the big catch, you get the first down, boom. You're on the line of scrimmage, you throw the quick screen, and you've got Georgia State on their heels defensively.
Ooh, Justin Abraham into the white. Probably kind of tumbled as much as somebody shoved somebody, right? Georgia Tech's going to bring Abdul Jannah into the ball game, a wide receiver. Avery Boyd has played more snaps tonight, Tom, than I think we saw Saturday in Dublin.
Certainly.
Wide receiver turned tight end. And what do we got now? Chris Winke's going to punch. Brent Key's punching timeouts. Not happy here. And this is kind of this is exactly
Georgia
what
Tech.
the coach yesterday
First and a half.
wanted to stay away from if he could. Breaking Atlanta in plus territory when we come back for Georgia Tech.
All day Saturday, ACC Network is bringing you a full day of football coverage.
You want to get to the soft spot of the former tackle, Luke's? All you got to do is get him to talk about Harper, his daughter. Now, Brent wears the bracelets that Harper has made, and it's not just Brent that gets the bracelets. Although he got a new one tonight, apparently, as Harper brought Dad a bracelet.
Yeah, he almost dropped it.
Yeah. And then there are players on the roster who've gotten bracelets in the past. Dante Smith got one about 3/4 of the way through last year. It's just a terrific bond that the coach has, not with just his daughter, but his players do as well. And here's the toss, and Eric Singleton, 10-5, touchdown, Georgia Tech. Avery Boyd might have been the guy that helped Singleton finish this, Luke.
Pretty impressive. One of the most unselfish offensive weapons, and I love the detail of how they set this up. See H-back and Boyd turn around as the lead blocker. pulling two big boys up front, and Singleton doing the rest. You know, only had a week ago 1 catch. No complaining, no frowning, just doing his job, getting rewarded here tonight with the ball in his hands.
2 minutes into the second half, Georgia Tech made it a 21-3 lead. Eric Singleton scoring on the ground. And once Boyd clears the edge here, watch this. That's it. And hit the pylon with a football, because that means touchdown. In Atlanta now here early in the third.
Well, it's a big opening statement going back to the end of the second quarter. And Brent Key deciding that he was going to go for it on 4th and 1 because he wanted a touchdown before half, knowing he was getting the ball coming out and quickly taking care of business on the first drive.
Yep. And you're right. Singleton's been eerily quiet, Tom.
Yep.
Through the first game and a half. Coaching work. His team trying to get to 2-0. Jordan Ford waits on the kick from Burr. He'll hang it high, and Ford, who ran the first one back out, he'll try to break the 20 and cannot. Gets trapped at the 18-yard line. And that's where the Panthers will get started with Christian Bayer. Quick reminder to you, we cap off our Week 1 coverage on ACC Network Labor Day night from the Command Center and a presentation of BC and Florida State from the Doak at 7:30. The game will have 4 different camera angles, real-time player and team stats, and available for you as well on the ESPN app. So Del McGee's team will start off the 18-yard line. Get a look at Eric Singleton from Douglasville, Georgia. Here's Bayer with split bounce. That's Dukes in motion. Gonna hand the ball inside. Brock got tripped up. And that was LaMiles Brooks sliding through to get Freddie Brock to the ground. Freddie Brock last year in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. I want to make sure I get that in.
You got that right.
24 carries, 276 yards, and a touchdown. Do you know that coming into the game, Georgia State had about 2 or 3 running backs because their lead guy Carroll left the team after the end of the regular season. They had combined for about 6 carries. And Freddie Brock goes there and becomes the new Idaho Statesman. Here's Bayer, shoots it down the field, fouled in the air, and boy, that almost got picked. Warren Burrell had a beat on it on a ball intended for a cradle.
This isn't a poorly thrown ball. In fact, it's the correct read. He's on time. This is just fantastic coverage from Burrell on the perimeter. The Tennessee transfer runs around for him to and through the target. Times it up perfectly.
So now 3rd down. Panthers tonight 1 for 5. A year ago, Georgia State was 45.5%. They were number 1 in the Sun Belt and 18th nationally on 3rd down. Here's Bayer dropping back, shoots it underneath, catches made, slung to the ground is Fleming, the tight end by Seymour. Tay Seymour, who went to South Atlanta, played 9 ball games a year ago, had a tackle last week in Ireland, and that is 3 and out, Tom.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a really good player. Just a true sophomore. A foundational guy for them to grow and develop. Really good open field tackle there to prevent the line to gain.
Nearly blocked. And Rodney Shelley to his right, going to cut it back at the 40, gains his 45, and flipped over at the 48. A pretty good point of origin for Georgia Tech, second possession of the 3rd quarter, Nate.
Yeah, how about this? Brent Key brought construction workers down to the field to close out practice on Friday. Both men and women employed to help construct the new 100,000 square foot student-athlete performance facility. Brent Key spoke to players and construction workers after practice on Friday with a message that we are all the same, one goal in mind, all pulling in the same direction. It's that lunch pail mentality, someone who earns their living, spending currencies of perspiration and physical exertion it exemplifies a certain type of humility. That's who Brent Key is as a person and as a coach, and his team has adopted that like-minded approach.
It was a terrific moment. And it was nice to see the respect level between the two sides.
Yeah.
So play fake by King. Uh-oh. Wide open is Rutherford. Caught it. Backs up. Now will stride in. One throw and a touchdown for Haynes King. And to say there was a missed cover would be an understatement. $52 yards to Malik Rutherford, Tom.
Yeah, this is just a big bust. The Georgia State defensively, whether it's a missed alignment, missed assignment, or both. See the corner number 3 down there at the bottom of your screen. For some reason, he jumps. I don't know if he felt like they were in a different coverage and he could pass off the receiver to the safety, but the safety goes to the wide side of the field. Haynes King sees it, the rest is history.
28-3 now with almost 4 minutes gone here in the third. And Georgia Tech has scored twice inside of 2 minutes, and Malik Rutherford has got 6 catches and a career-high 100 yards tonight.
See that right there? See the corner just bypass him, the safety jumps underneath, and then turns to take the crosser.
Tell you what, that's Gavin Pringle too, who's usually pretty reliable in the Panthers secondary. Come back after this.
Why pay too much for cable TV?
Tom?
Absolutely.
Huh?
Little
Malik Rutherford.
I love it. Little technology. I love the moving pictures.
Technology is the best.
To get that in real time, look at his teammates so fired up for him. But to get that in real time, particularly from an adjustment standpoint, to be able to truly point out where you were wrong technique-wise, your eyes were wrong, it's a tremendous tool for coaches.
Yeah, it's brand new this year, of course, in college football. The number is 18, right? Total iPads, right?
Correct.
14 on the field, 4 upstairs. Is that
Yeah,
the
and the one,
keep hearing about?
yes, and the one, what you're not allowed to do upstairs, though, is utilize data with it to be able to create analytics on the fly. Now, I think that's coming eventually to college football. For those that aren't on the field, they're upstairs. But for right now, it's just having the film. Fast forward, rewind, watch it through, coach it up.
I might be one of those guys that said, what took so long?
Yeah.
Here's Freddie Brock in the motion. They throw it here on the near side. And that's Petey Tucker's first catch. Junior from Hyattsville, Maryland. Transfer from Lackawanna Junior College in Pennsylvania. So second down will be the next snap. And see what happens here is Bayer is quickly shuffling guys around. He's got Tucker and Williams going to the left side with Fleming the tight end. Single receiver here to the near side. Christian Bayer, second down dip, trying to get to the near side. Brock in a big hole here. He'll get to midfield and got chopped down. Amari Harvey is the guy that got to him, but not before he reaches the 45 of Georgia Tech. Let's go downstairs. I think Dana Boyle has found somebody of note here.
Sure did, Wes. I found a friendly face to college football. Seamus, I have to ask, what was your experience like in Dublin as part of College Game Day?
I don't know, it's unbelievable. Like, it took over all Dublin City. It's incredible. The atmosphere is amazing. And as you know, they went over there as underdogs. They came out as top dogs, beat the FSU, upsetting everybody. And that, to be honest with you, like, they stole my heart over there, watching them just go out there and prove everybody wrong. So they actually stole the heart of everybody in Ireland because, as everyone knows, Ireland is the home of the underdogs. So we're all rooting for them, you know. Everyone written them off. Not us.
Not you. You're the only one who picked correctly on College Game Day. What's your connection to the Georgia Tech program now? That you're a fan.
Oh, listen, this is the last thing I expected. Like, you know, I did the College Game Day. I went with my heart, picked Georgia Tech. And of course, they got a personal invite over here, which has been absolutely incredible. Backstage with the entire team, been shown the ground, everything. Like, I literally have used about six weeks of adrenaline just tonight. I don't think I have anything left. The sweat is pouring off. You're running around, meeting all the fans who are unbelievable. It's been an unbelievable day. I'm having the best time. I feel like a big kid here.
You're pretty popular. I've seen you take a lot of selfies. You think you're going to have to sleep here? I think you're going to let the stadium?
I may face plant any second now, to be honest. So if you just please put a blanket over me, put a pillow under my head, and just let me sleep just for a little bit, because this has been crazy. And of course, they're just killing it right now. 28-3, second half, they're just motoring ahead. They're just been crazy, it's unbelievable. But they're taking what we took from Dublin, and they're using that momentum here today. Awesome.
What do you think about your guy Shanahan, the punter for Georgia Tech?
It's great. Again, like, every kid's gone over, right? The job's being done. So, again, that was another reason for me as well. Kerry man, over here is just absolutely killing it for Georgia Tech. So, we got, as Irish, we've got to support our own and definitely behind Dave. He's doing a great man.
I think you deserve a jersey. Thanks for the comment.
Huh?
I think you deserve a jersey, a Georgia Tech jersey after your
I definitely will. Love a jersey. Get a sign, stick it in the bar, Shaky's bar, back in Nashville. I'll proudly hang it. I'll have that thing on the wall. Proudly hang it up there. Very loud in here, isn't it?
It's pretty loud. You got good energy.
Am I shouting? I don't even know if I'm shouting.
You're not shouting. You sound great. We appreciate the time. We love the energy.
I'm just beating up all these crazy Georgia Tech fans right now. It's unbelievable. As I said, I'm having the best time. It's great. Thank you, Georgia Tech, for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
We'll let you enjoy the game. Thanks for the time.
Cheers. Go Jackets!
Oh, got that part there.
Yes, he does. Got the jacket part and the energy part.
Oh my God. Here's Bayer down the middle of the field, and Williams cannot hold it in. Christian Bayer, Tom, had a sequence of throws that either were going to be picked or were going to be great catch.
Absolutely, and that was actually a really good throw. That was a difficult throw. Had to get it over the top of the depth of 21 right there, running down the seam with Tyreek Williams. And God, that was a good throw. It just slightly over the outstretched fingers. I feel like they still could have caught it.
Liam Rickman's longest field goal a year ago was 46 at Richardson Stadium against Charlotte. And this is going to be 47 and a half. On the near hash, Loggins will hold, snap spot. Kick from Rickman is away, and it is good. So 47 is the number for Rickman. And Georgia State back on the board with 9:52 to go in the third. It's 28-6.
A pretty good looking drive for Christian Bayer and the Georgia State offense. At least responding, getting some points, but again, a couple of missed opportunities there too.
Yep. That 47-yard field goal comes on a half dozen plays. The drive, 45 yards. And now Haynes King will get the ball back with under 10 to go here in the third. A little fast and furious in the early part of this third period in Atlanta. Georgia Tech is trying to go 2-0 for the first time in 8 years since 2016. Under college football Johnson, the Jackets are 2-0.
Just a remarkable job that Brent Key and the staff have done here. The belief, everybody talks about culture, it can get really cliched, but when everybody is toned in the same direction, which this team is finally doing, good things are going to happen.
No return on the play by Christian Leary, so the Jackets will start again off the 25. It's going to get, and I think the one thing we learned in prep this week and in our visit yesterday is that Brent Key sees this thing as a one-step operation. Last week was step one, this is step two, and as you say, everybody kind of says that,
right?
But you literally have to learn it. And this week's lesson, and I remember I wrote this down yesterday when he said it. We set a standard last Saturday. We did not set an identity.
Right. Standards are emotional. They can go up, they can go down. But the identity requires consistency.
Avery Boyd, a nice reach back catch. He'll fall forward for a couple of yards. That'll be a flag. Face mask on Justin Abraham.
I think they're going to actually get him for a horse collar here on Abraham.
Did he get the back?
Yeah. Really right the back of the collar and the shoulder pad.
Horse collar tackle. Defense, number 48. 15 yards will be added to the end of the play. Automatic first down.
They'll take it out to the 41.
Yeah, you're going to see it probably better from this angle right here. That's a terrific catch of the football by Boyd. Ray, there if our head referee doesn't get it right. And I think the other thing that was interesting for Brent Key this week is he told everybody on the team, I need you to pick one thing about your game that you have to improve this week. From Monday to Friday, pick one thing.
Here's Haynes, and Abraham going to shove him out of bounds. Pick up of about 3.5, maybe 4. Yeah, we heard all the some of the guys like Tyler Santucci, the defensive coordinator, talked about Kyle Ebert. Now here's a guy you got to pick. What didn't go right? Correct? Yeah. Kyle Ebert was, as you mentioned in the first half, it was about his eyes, right?
Right. It was about his eyes and not being in the right place, or his eyes taking him somewhere he shouldn't have been, and then having to recover.
Near side throw, catch is made. How about Bailey Stockton getting his hands on the rock? Prince Avenue Christian product from Bogart, Georgia. Redshirt freshman. Slipped around the corner for a first down.
Once again, Christian Leary, number 0. Number 1, Leo Blackburn. The perimeter blocking on behalf of these wide receivers. And no, that wasn't a block in the back. That player turned after the block was initiated. Their performance on the perimeter when they're not involved in the passing game has been utterly unselfish.
Haynes trying to find a crease. Powers across for about 5 on the play.
Take a look at these guys on the back right. You got him blocked. You pull off late when you see him get turned around. Christian Leary's there blocking at the point of attack. And the guy that's not blocked is the only remaining player that the receiver's responsible for either making miss or outrunning.
Yep.
They're flying the Techno Demons right now.
20 to go. You see the Jackets kind of gearing down in terms of their tempo here in the third. On the play clock. There's Jamal Haynes coming out. Chad Alexander's checked in, and what do we got now? They were now finally by Georgia Tech with the play clock scrambling to 0.
It's the only time I've seen them this year, and I know it's only week 1 here, week 2 for Georgia Tech.
Second and a half.
Where I've seen them not be able to snap the football because they didn't get the play in quick enough and they weren't able to shift in motion.
All right, big board, Lukes. Here we go, week 1. Virginia, boy, the game delayed like a Jim Cantori was in their front yard type deal.
No doubt.
34-10, the Cavaliers in front for Tony Elliott. Miami got 385 and 3 scores from Cam Ward. Nice debut there. Pitt put 55 on Kent. They had 554 yards. Desmond Reed, 145 yards and a punt return. SMU's got 42 on the board. All right, level of concern here for you on Virginia Tech and Clemson after today's numbers.
Well, clearly you have to have some concern. And, we talked all offseason, myself, you, Mark Packer with ACCPM, about how would Virginia Tech handle accolades, pats on the back, hype and exposure coming off of what was a very successful year a year ago. Right? That did not go over very well today. Now, with Clemson, and we're going to see Clemson next week, and that's going to be a salty football team when App State comes to town on ACC Prime next Saturday night. Clearly, there are some things that stood out today offensively that seem to have been lingering from a year ago. But I'll say this. That defensive football team for Clemson is pretty dang good. And you can't blame the defense for having to be on the field all day. You're eventually going to get worn out. I don't care how good you are.
Sean Clark's team with Joey Aguilar at the wheel. East Tennessee State today, 38-10. There's King out of the timeout, and is that picked? It is.
That's intercepted. That's intercepted.
The former Yellow Jacket. It's Georgia Tech's first miscue of the season.
Yeah, this time they moved Kenyatta Watson out to the perimeter where he formerly was a corner before moving to the inside, and he just makes a great play here, breaking on the football. Georgia State with the ball.
Hey there, stop changing channels.
SMU welcomes number 2 Nebraska. Match starts at 8 on ACC Network, streaming live on the ESPN app. Saturday night in Midtown Atlanta, Jamal Haynes is on the bike here. Dana, what do we got?
Yeah, during the quarter break, he was getting his right leg worked on with a Theragun just above the right knee. He appears to be in good spirits, and he's a tough dude, so you know it's going to take a lot to knock him out. But he appears to be cleared and ready to go back in.
All right, one ball intended for first, incomplete. Jackets had it pretty well covered. Zachary Toby, who started his college career in Illinois, Tom, is coming to ball game to play there. There's a look at the details of Jamal Haynes tonight.
He's just been a workhorse like he always
clearly
is,
is a big man.
in a variety of ways. I mentioned Zachary Toby, 23 tackles, 4 pass breakups last year as a true freshman for Illinois.
There's a ball
Yeah.
thrown. Is that caught? No. Incomplete.
That's a
Trying to
big
dial
man.
Creighton.
Clearly it
Cover here,
is.
Georgia Tech. And with Warren Burrell, then gets up and slaps hands with one of the Georgia State coaches.
Warren Burrell
Oh, I
really
remember
played
that.
well at corner here tonight.
I
He's been involved in quite a few pass breakups.
Jackets haven't been able to get to Bayer very much so, Tom.
Nope. Got the ball in his hand quickly, but there haven't been any explosive plays either.
There's Height trying to get there. They'll sidearm the throw to Brock. He's got the first down. Eford the tackle at the 47 of Georgia State. Halfway through quarter 3. Had a lot of action going on here, but the clock is just reached the midway point of the third 15. Quick snap here. Flag on the play. And intercepted. 2 flags. Kyle Eford coming back here near side. Brock will tackle him at the 37 of Georgia State. We'll see if it stands. Hold the phone, as the man used to say. And Del McGee wants to know, and so does Brent Key.
Illegal substitution. Defense.
That's what I thought.
More than 11 players on the field at the time of the snap. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
There was another flag thrown. I'm not sure if that was the same violation, but nonetheless, this is the one that is for the record.
Well, it just drives you absolutely crazy as a football coach. He's running off the field there to the bottom of the screen. And not only is he hustling to get off, Georgia Tech isn't lined up.
Yeah. So Bayer gets away with one, right? Jackets commit a penalty, give him another house call chance, and now they hand the ball inside. And boy, that is Savion Wilkerson, who got knocked back first by Miles Brooks. Some other guys were in there too. Mello Height, I think. I'll say this about Young G's team. And Jim Chaney and Kevin Sheeran are visiting with them this week. So, hey, we got to play to find out some things.
Right.
Well, they're finding out.
I would say they've held up better in the offensive line than they maybe would have expected to. We've seen explosiveness from the backs. Talik Williams is a playmaker.
There's the give inside, and thrown back that time is Wilkerson, and guess who throws him off? 44 in the white, and that's Kyle Eford.
No, that's Kyle Efford.
Oh no, here we go.
We legally changed
we haven't legally
the name.
done anything.
Yes, we did. I went into the office.
Oh,
I went into the office. I grabbed a marker out of the video operations room. Look at video operations guy's giving a thumbs up, and I walked up to Kyle Efford's little plaque there, and I just crossed out the D. We put a D, and that's it. It's over.
Michael
It's a new name.
Dana, hang on, hold on. Michael Dukes is in the ball game with Bayer. It's third down. They're going to hand the ball to Dukes, and he will sneak for the first down. Breaks the 43 to the 42 of Georgia Tech. Go ahead, young lady.
Well, I just want to make it clear that that's vandalism, Tom Blumenbell.
Oh, it's
of the Georgia Tech football facility. Vandalism, that is what it's called.
First-rate vandalism with a distinct amount of pride. Now, given the class act I was trying to be within the office, it was a dry erase marker on glass.
Sure it was.
Easily wiped off.
Okay.
Do we have photo evidence of that?
What's that? No, because it's still there.
Oh, boy. First and 10. They're going to need an effort play from Eford here. And the cutback, diving through is Wilkerson, or Ford. That's 9-4. Jordan Ford is one of the guys that was started the ball game. Well, Miles Brooks is slow to get up with Jackets. He gets off. And that will plug in Tay Seymour after the 9-yard run by Ford. So, Tom, to your point,
Yeah.
here come the Panthers chipping away again. That offensive line, Alex Johnson, playing the center tonight, just 9 games in the last 2 years. Trevor Timmons, they love at the right tackle spot. Josh Black, the Louisville transfer in there. Getting some work done. Here's a throw to the far side. That's the catch. And that's Tucker. And he got knocked down on the play. Jackets got a hand in there. Warren Burrell again.
My goodness. If he doesn't make that tackle, Georgia State's off to the races.
Yep.
They play the band. Warren Burrell has been uber impressive tonight, not just in coverage, but this secondary for Georgia Tech, which was a concern going into the spring, got corrected through the portal as we went into the summer here for the Yellow Jackets, and now is a strength on this football team.
Bayer is 13 of 23 for 129. Here's a play fake. Jackets trying to get there. Bayer going to cut it loose and wide open. And caught is Fleming for the touchdown. "24 yards, Christian Bayer to Dorian Fleming."
Oh, the old tight end fall down. Get the tight end to the right side of your screen. He's going to act like he's blocking down, and everybody buys it. Number 82, Dorian Fleming. Jim Chaney, the offensive coordinator of Georgia State, with that outstanding play design. Looks like Georgia State's going for 2 here.
Yep. 5 plays and the touchdown. First one of the night for the Panthers. The Go for Dose is brought to you by Dos Equis. Michael Dukes is coming to the game. Trying to cut the deficit to 14. Bayer under duress. To his right, Young Jewin forces the throw, and it goes in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Hurst. Oh boy, Ted. Junior from Savannah who played at Valdosta State. Wow. Somebody told me yesterday I hit him right between the 1 and the 6. My goodness.
I mean, if you're wanting to come back on the road against the Power 14, you can't drop this ball. You've made a terrific drive offensively. It's a great play by Christian Bayer. And by the way, to get some context to your humor over there, Wesley.
Yeah.
I was pointing out to Dana and Wes yesterday as we were at practice here. That's the north end zone.
It's our left.
Yep. And I was pointing out a play that Haynes King had made during practice, and I said, you know what? I threw an interception about right there to Derek Brooks in Florida State to hit him right between the 1 and the 0.
Yeah.
And Wes, you were way too happy to hear that.
That was. Because as I told you then, at least you threw it to a Hall of Famer.
Oh, and you know what? Let me tell you something. I was accurate.
Oh, yeah. You hit it between the 1 and the 0. There was only one other issue. He wasn't playing for you.
He's on the other team.
He was playing for Florida State. Kick through the end zone, Dana. They're going to get the ball at the 25 with the Jackets. But Dell McGee's team, as we said earlier in this half, it's not just about on the field. He's done some really, really important things off the field to build this team.
Totally, Wes. And you can really tell a lot about a coach and really as a person how they treat their players and people around them in situations of uncertainty. And I've got a great respect for Dell McGee. Upon taking the job on February 23rd, just a week after Sean Elliott resigned, he met with the entire roster for 10-minute blocks. Took him 3 days, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And don't forget, he also was trying to hire a staff at the same time. And a goal for him was just mental health, transparency. Is everybody okay?
Here's a give to Haynes, and Jamal will get a couple on first down. 2nd and 8 down. And the point here is look at this timeline. And Tom, we talked about Georgia Tech's Ireland return there. The timeline Georgia State had on Dell McGee. Sean Elliott went to practice on the 13th, stepped down 2 days later. Practice was suspended, and Athletic Director Charlie Cobb in 8 days got Dell McGee to take the job. There is the catch by Singleton right at the first down stick. The drive continues for Georgia Tech on Pringles time.
Well, on the surface and in the interim, it appears to be a terrific hire because, to your point earlier, he has not taken shortcuts. And he's put together a collection of athletes and players from a variety of different places that were prepared and ready to play here tonight. and are still trying to work to get back into this football game.
Look at the Haynes on the right side. Jamal just kind of burrows. Now a flag has been thrown from the far side in front of the Panther bench. Kevin Swint, the tackle. And we'll see what referee Olsen has found out here.
Holding, offense, number 54, 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Second penalty on Jordan Williams time.
Yep. Now, going back to Del McGee, I think the thing that where he's got some distinct advantages is he intimately knows the state of Georgia from a recruiting perspective. Terrific relationships with the high school coaching community in the state, and with the transfer portal, of the types of players that are in the state that may choose to go somewhere else, you're going to have a great influx of kids looking to come home and really set you up well in the Sun Belt.
Chad Alexander has come back into the lineup to spell Haynes after the penalty. It is first and long. And this is Alexander trying to sweep to the right, and he's going to pick up about 8 yards. Xavier Robinson on the tackle. But it's still going to be second and about 13. Yeah.
Why can't you at least play Warzone?
Jamal Haynes not happy at all here. Stomping.
Yeah.
A bit of a tantrum.
Captain Marvel.
Some might call it. Here's King from the pocket, crossing route, coming near side Singleton. He'll turn the corner, gets shoved out of bounds, and every stride he took, Tom, was trying to get to the first down mark, and he's a yard shy on a 12-yard throw. Boy, can Eric Singleton run.
Well, he can run. And look at the patience there from Haynes King to work through the progression and just catch Singleton coming across on the drive route underneath. Play easy pitch and catch, let him do the rest.
So third down and about a yard and a half here for Georgia Tech. Final 90 seconds of quarter number 3. Hand the ball to Alexander. He'll break through the first level. First down to midfield. Nicely done by Chad Alexander. Robinson to stop for Georgia State. Tell you what, Chad Alexander, depending on the return of Trey Cooley to the Georgia Tech lineup, Tom, this young man from Lawrenceville, Georgia, may prove to be quite a commodity in his sophomore season. Former walk-on.
Still is a walk-on, I believe. Yeah.
Right.
Travel as a true freshman a year ago. He's not going to be a walk-on for long.
Nope. There's Alexander for a couple more. We were talking, Tom and I were at the mentor of the radio voice at Georgia Tech at halftime, and that's not good. Alexander reaching up, grabbing the left shoulder, I think. And Chad Alexander is a kid who was thought to be going to West Point on appointment. And he'll come out of the ball game, and Jamal Haynes comes back in. Georgia Tech trainer Mark Smith quickly to Chad Alexander. They check on him. Here's the throw. Rutherford runs around the block. Malik Rutherford in the open field. Brought down inside the 20. Jeremiah Johnson did save a touchdown for Georgia State. And that will take us to the end of the third. 31 yards to Malik Rutherford. The one to get to the end zone. Final 15 on deck from Atlanta. Georgia Tech trying to go 2-0, leads by 16.
TrueWorks high-performance workwear keeps you cool.
Questions about your body paint, friends? Well, they tried to spell out GS loses, exclamation point, Georgia State loses, but some of their friends went to the bathroom when we put them on camera, and they're a little upset about it. They told me they're a little embarrassed. They missed their moment to shine.
Well, if any of them came back, Dana, they didn't get up in order because I don't know what that spells.
Here's Haynes King on the keeper. Oh, a little whoa, wait a second. Whoa. It looked like there might have been a face mask on Dorian Royal. There's no flag on the play, and Brink Key can't believe it.
I'd be more concerned about
Well, after this comes after the break, that will be all for the recording for today.
Now that's Royal number 8 in the blue chasing. And
yep.
crowd crowd is booing the replay on the video board. Here's King. He wants to cut it loose. Sets. Now shoots it across. This is Boyd at the 10. Avery with a full head of steam. Did he hit the pylon?
Yes, he did.
Touchdown, Georgia Tech. Avery Boyd, 6'3", 240 pounds. Formerly a wide receiver and now just a problem.
What he's been impressive tonight, not just as a pass catcher, but as a lead blocker on some of their quick screen stuff, some of the underneath stuff they've done to other people. He's really helped out. So now he's getting his own. Georgia Tech loves the two tight end look. Talked about the shifts and the motions. They make it look real pretty from a window dressing standpoint.
King's thrown for 2, run for 1 tonight, Tom. It's 34-12 now. Boy, what a catch and run by Boyd.
How about the patience from Haynes King?
Oh, yeah.
To work 1 to 2 to 3, get all the way down to the check down on the drive crossing route underneath.
9 plays, 75 yards, 428. Their crowd is, you may hear some boos here. This SEC crew is, remember we said at the top that when the two schools signed the contract to play, and there is a second game in the series scheduled for mid-September of 2026, they agreed to neutral officials. So Kyle Olson is here tonight from the Southeastern Conference, and the replays are all going through the SEC in Birmingham. And the point after is good. So now,
Last goal for the
Tech pushes it to 35-12. And Avery Boyd barreling in from 22 yards. Haynes King now 21-24, 251 tonight, Tom, with 2 touchdowns and his first interception of the year.
A model of efficiency, and that's what you want out of the quarterback. You want consistency, play in, play out. He's a veteran. He's capable of getting out of a bad play and into the right play. And we talked about the in-helmet communication, and I asked him on the field yesterday after practice, you know, what do you like? Do you like the play and then maybe a nugget or an alert from the coach? And he said, no, just give me the play. And then we talked to Buster Parker, the offensive coordinator, a little while later. And he said, well, there's time at the end there. I might toss in a little nugget here and there. And, you know, which is completely different from what we saw from NC State on Thursday night.
Right.
Where instead of giving the entirety of the play through the communication system, they just gave a number on the wristband to try to speed things up.
Burr kicks it away. Forward is deep. There'll be no return. And the Panthers will get it cranked up at their 25-yard line. Well, the transfer quarterback is going to be a storyline in a conference that talks about its quarterbacks. We saw Malik Murphy last night go to work for Duke against Elon. DJU gets another crack.
Good Lord.
Tyler Shuck was terrific today, by the way, for Louisville. We saw McCall Thursday night, Sharp late, not so much early. Ward delivered, Ludes.
No
and
doubt.
Kyle McCourt did too for Syracuse and Fran Brown today against the pesky Ohio crew out of the MAC.
Yeah, you don't take Ohio lightly. Tim Alvin's done a great job of that job out of the MAC. And you're right. We're going to get a chance to see DJ Uiagalelei on Monday night against Boston College. In fact, that could be a lot of fun. 2 contrasting styles of quarterback between BC, Florida State with Tommy Castellanos.
Flag on the play on the first snap. And let's see what we got. They're trying to get it to the perimeter to kick Watt of the wide receiver. Or was that Riles 10? It was Riles. DJ Riles,
Yep.
thank you. Referee Olson.
Don't start. Offense. Not all 11 players were set for 1 second prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's the second time that's happened with Georgia State on offense. He's getting lined up and staying still.
Third penalty of the night for Del McGee's team.
Where's my guy Kyle Effort? There he is, right in the middle.
Yeah.
Find him. Find 44.
Standing on the 24. Going to hand the ball to the perimeter. This is Michael Dukes working to the outside.
There he goes.
There goes Keeper across the field to take him down at the 41.
Now let's go back and watch this right here. So look at where he starts. Right there. And watch what he does as this play unfolds. Now if you could have 11 of these guys, there he goes. just chases the football everywhere. Doesn't mean he's going to be perfect.
Yep. And the play is Riles near midfield. It'll be a gain of about 7. Well, I mean, you started your campaign to change his name on Monday with Mark Packer.
Well, that's when it started. You're right. It was finalized yesterday and put into legal record.
Here's the throw. And you and Pack had him on yesterday with ACCPM.
Yeah.
Good. I enjoyed that visit very much.
He loved it.
Yeah.
I threw out all the possibilities, whether it's name, image, and likeness, what have you. He'd never heard it before.
Yeah. Terrific football player.
Yep.
Redshirt sophomore from Decula. He's a throwback in every sense of the word.
No doubt.
I mean, the neck roll is one thing, but the effort and the approach and the intensity is another. Savion Wilkerson in the backfield for 3rd down here. Bayer on the drop, shoots it to Wilkerson, flag down.
And everything
taken off on Romello Height. And this is going to be hands to the face on the offense, I think.
I believe so, on the left tackle.
And when you see the helmet get thrown off, that's usually followed by a flag.
It'll be Jakuma, number 67. Looks like that helmet was awfully loose, too, because it popped off quickly.
Yep. And Romello Height. So let's see what we got here. Referee Kyle Olson.
Personal foul. Illegal hands to the face. Offense, number 67. That's a 15-yard penalty. Number 9 of the defense may remain in the game.
There we go.
You're going to see him right there, and then you're going to see Height try to come onto the inside. It's 3rd down.
Oh, wow. So with almost 2 minutes gone here in the 4th, 3rd and 18. For the Panthers.
Not a lot of variety in the playbook for 3rd and 18.
There the snap. Jackets bringing 4. And he will shoot it offline, incomplete. Tyleek Williams was the intended receiver for the Panthers, and they'll punt now. And here comes the young man from Fremantle in Australia, James Allen. With 13 minutes to go, and Rodney Shelley deep for the Jackets. That was Damian Craig, by the way, the former Auburn Tiger.
It was.
Assistant now for Dillman. He's got a star-studded staff when you think about guys with experience at all levels.
No question.
Wobbly kick. Shelley almost fielded it. Now he's going to let it hit. And you know what that means for the return team? Bad news. A lot of unused real estate, right?
So, that's what we'll do for this recording. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll catch you later.